so far the summer itself has not gone to plan and you just feel further behind your fitness goals, or maybe the goals you set in January, you are so far away from completing that you feel like you are never going to get there, I want you to remember there are still 4 months left of the year. That's a whole quarter of the year left for you to, no, longer, a third of the year left for you to turn around and make this count. September to January, I believe, is some of the most powerful times of the year. So the good news is you have not wasted the year. You've still got the rest of 2026 to turn this around. And even if you're listening from this in the future, use this advice because it doesn't really matter when you apply from it. So number one, I want you to audit things. And this cannot be, this doesn't need to be like a big thing. 2 minutes, 2 minutes of going, what could I have done better? Or what am I not proud of? Look at the negatives first, get those out of the way. It might be that maybe every time someone offered you a snack or a drink, you said yes. And you just don't like the fact that you never learned to say no. Maybe it's the fact that you just didn't prioritize yourself and you put everyone else's needs above yours. Maybe it's the fact that you did your workout, but they were very half-hearted and you weren't really training properly. Work out what the things that you want to improve are immediately and then go from there. And then you want to work out the wins. What did go well? Because a lot of times they have clients, they're like, oh, January completely fell off, August fell off track, or January fell off track, or whenever fell off track. And I did everything wrong. And then we actually look at it, they did still drink their water, they did still take their supplements, they did still do some things right. They just didn't have an overall picture of balance or trying to work towards their goals. So what went well? Because there would have been some things that went well, whether it's that you did get enough sleep or you still took your supplements or you ate enough vegetables. What went well? What didn't go well? And learn from that. Those are two things that we focus on first. So stop trying to get overwhelmed with, hey, now I need to do 5 workouts a week and I need to do X, Y, Z and I need to do a morning routine and this and that. Just focus on those two things. Keep the wins that you've already achieved and work on the things that didn't go well. So if it was people pleasing, okay, next time I go to a social occasion, I'm going to say no because I know that alcohol or that those bowl of crisps or whatever doesn't serve my needs. Or the next time I train, I'm going to push myself and try and hit some PBs and work harder that every single week I beat what I did last week. Work out what that. And then after a week or two of doing that, I want you to then look at how that's gone, audit it again, and continue to build on that. If you do that for the next 4 months and you just take away the wins and the things that haven't gone well and keep the wins, keep stacking those wins and keep focusing on the new things that haven't gone well or things that you could improve, you will reach your goals. A lot of people work the other way around where they start a plan that has, supplements, water, steps, sleep, better nutrition, a whole different way of doing everything. And it is so overwhelming and so unrealistic. If you do it this way, it is almost foolproof because even if you look at your week and go, okay, actually, I didn't have any extra wins, as long as you keep the wins from last time or the last time you audited yourself and you take away a few of the things that you could improve, you're always moving forward. And it is the clients that are always moving forward and always learning from the mistakes and always improving themselves slowly do reach their end goals. It's the clients that let everything fall off track, but also don't look at the positive. I have a lot of clients, or have had a lot of clients that struggle with more like negative bias. Now, as humans, we're all quite good at focusing on the negative and looking at the negatives and being overwhelmed by that. And some people are even more negative bias, which means they look at all the things they didn't do. And that's why it's important that you do that and you do audit and you do improve on those things, but you do also look at the wins because there is almost always wins. I don't think I've ever had a client where I can't think of a win. And sometimes the win is you were really ill and you had to rest and you did rest. Sometimes the win isn't very obvious. And sometimes as a coach, for example, myself, I can help to bring out those wins. But I do think if you do this method, you are going to feel better. You're going to achieve the results you're after. And in a few months, those wins, those things you're focusing on are really going to stack up and you'll be amazed with the results. So if the year hasn't gone to plan or whatever time of year it hasn't gone to plan, so I need you to do, and there's obviously more things you can do, but I think as a good baseline, if you just achieve that, auditing every week, every other week, even every month, and just focusing on things that you know you could improve for yourself and working on those until you have got those down, stacking those wins and then doing it again, you will achieve a life-changing transformation. And make sure you're subscribed, obviously, for bi-weekly tips, tricks, and fitness advice from my fan. And there's a few useful bits and tips in the caption below if you do want to work out your calories and macros. And obviously, as always, any questions, put them in the comments.